Hey everybody, it's the Bensons.
How's it going?
So we're going to talk a little bit about the Benson Invitational that is coming up here. Uh, Oops, give me 1 second. There we go. So when is it? Just a reminder, it will be in 2 weeks. So Sunday, August 25th at 10:30 in the morning. The first game will start. So we'll get there and we'll start setting up a little before 10 o'clock. We'll have like a tent, and like a not like a tent that you
Just a
camp in, but
pop-up
like a
tent.
pop-up tent to keep us safe in case it sprinkles a little bit or from the sun and things like that. Things that you may want to consider bringing. You might want to think about bringing some sunscreen, maybe a chair or blankets to sit on, whatever beverages you want to consume. We will be providing some snacks. So donuts in the morning, maybe some fresh fruit and some other snacks. So you can count on that. Also, don't forget to bring a glove and a bat if you have one.
If you don't, I have right-handed equipment.
Right. If you're left-handed, that could be a little bit more tricky. I don't know that we have any left-handed equipment, like gloves.
So
Bats are interchangeable,
I
but
think the only left-handed people I know might have their stuff, but I don't know. Let us know and we can try to find something if you can't.
yep. So don't worry about going out and buying one because really only 5 people at a time will need gloves. So as long as we can come up with 5 of them, we should be good to go. So where is it going to be? We are going to host it at Oakwood Park in Mounds View. The address is right there for you at 2146 Hillview Road in Mounds View. There is a small playground for the kids to play on, no more than about 100 feet from where we'll be batting. There's a porta potty on site. There's a drinking fountain. And our house is about half a block away. So it's not too far from our place. There's plenty of parking on the street, or there is a little parking lot, but that'll be at the opposite end of the field from where we'll be kind of hanging out. So what is it? It's the Benson Invitational.
Kind of stole this idea, but it's okay.
It's okay though. So we are changing it though from the idea that we stole. So it is a 5-person co-ed softball game where you don't need to run the bases. 1 person pitches, 4 people field. We will be doing a random draft for the teams. So we'll post a video of the drafted teams and a list of those teams on Facebook next week on Sunday on the 18th. So those of you who are parents who plan to bring your kids, please let me know somehow, whether that's through a text message or a message on Facebook. Let me know by 8/17 if you would prefer to be on separate teams with your spouse, so that one of you can maybe keep an eye on the little ones. So the ball we'll be using, it will not be a regular softball. It is a normal size softball, regular like 12 inches, but it is a training softball, so it's much softer and lighter. So a regular softball is about 7 ounces.
This one's smaller, just in case you get hit in the face. It shouldn't split you open or do anything damaging is the key.
Yeah, so really our focus here is on safety. There will be a separate space where we'll have a batting, like the at-bat circle so that kids don't get whacked or other adults get whacked in the face when somebody just decides to swing the bat. And so really our focus here is safety. So this is kind of what the field will look like. It's a triangle. From home plate to the home run line is about 225 feet. And then at the home run end of the triangle, it's about 75 feet across. So that kind of breaks down to, it's about 55 feet to the single line and then 60 feet or 50 feet from there.
We'll have cones marking each of these lines on the ends so you know just by glancing what's going on.
Yep. So it'll be easier ways to know kind of how far things are. The reason we have that first line 55 feet away is, again, for safety, because we don't want anyone to really get smacked in the face if we can help it. But we will have a mask if somebody does want it.
With
I really
this ball,
don't
it's
think
not
you'll
gonna be a
need
big
it,
deal.
though, but we'll have it just in case somebody is concerned. So in order to get a hit, the ball must be hit past the line for it to be counted. So for example, here we have the ball and we hit it past the red single line, but it stopped on the ground before the blue double line. So that results in a single. So what happens with the base runner since there's no base running? So in this case, when someone scores a single, a peg will be moved to this space. So now we have our next one. So we're looking if the ball is hit past the blue double line, but lands before the orange triple line, that would result in a double. So in our little scenario here, we have a runner at first, and then the next batter hit a double. So the runner that was at first moves to third, and the batter now moves to second. So you can see that indicated with those 2 red squares on the board. So now if the ball is hit past the orange triple line but lands before the purple home run line, that will result in a triple. Meanwhile, any ball that lands past the home run line will result in a home run. Now, what changes from a game, some of that you guys may have played before, it doesn't have to fly past the home run line to be a home run. If it rolls past that line, it's a home run. So in this scenario, now our third batter hits a triple. So now we have a runner at third and 2 runs have scored. Then our fourth batter hit a home run. So now 2 more runs have scored. And you can see there's a little tally over on the score chart on the left-hand side of the page. So a few more rules. Balls that are caught before the single line will result in an out. Balls caught in the air will be called out. If you hit 2 foul balls in an at-bat, that means that the ball was hit outside those yellow lines. Then you'll be called out as well. So that's really the only way of kind of striking out. We're not going to really hold it against you, especially since we have some novice players here, if there's a few swings and misses.
Right.
Really, the whole goal is that we want people to have fun and to get a few hits. So a few more rules. So the pitcher will pitch from the sideline opposite the batter. If it's a right-handed batter, the pitcher will pitch from the red line. So you can see that on the right-hand side of the triangle. If it's a left-handed batter, the pitcher will pitch from the yellow line. You may change your pitcher between games, in between innings, or in between batters. The only thing you can't do is within a batter. So let's say Andy was up to bat and I'm really struggling and can't seem to get the ball to him. I can't just hand it off to somebody else mid-pitch, mid-batter. I have to wait for somebody else to come up before I can say, hey, teammate, I'm struggling. Tap me out. Now, the exception to that is if for some reason somebody has an injury or an ailment and they need to pass because for some other reason. So
they have to pee.
We'll see. So there will be 4 players in the outfield. Those 4 players may play anywhere from on the single line to before the home run line. So you can see here there's kind of an arrangement of 4 players, but each of those players, you don't have to have them in each zone for each at bat. So for example, here's another way that you could have your outfield set up. So any of those 4 players can be moved around in that area. The reason we kept that 1X right on the single line is because you really want somebody up there to block any ground balls that might come, because otherwise if they get past that, it's automatically a single. In the event of a tie. In the event of a tie, we are going with something similar to a hockey shootout, and instead we're calling it the swing-off. So instead of playing extra innings, which we know how that can go in baseball, I don't want us playing 27-inning games. So each team from the game that is tied will choose 1 player to hit for their team and 1 player to pitch for their team. The selected hitter for each team will be pitched to by their own teammate. So kind of think like home run derby if you watch that stuff. The selected hitter will get 5 swings, not 5 hits, but 5 swings. Whichever hitter hits the ball that lands in the furthest spot, that's the team that ends up winning that round. So the ball does not have to fly the whole way. It may roll to its final resting place. So you may want to take that into consideration when you're watching your team bat. Like some people are really great at hitting pop-ups, and sometimes they go far and sometimes they don't. Some people can hit a pretty solid grounder that'll keep rolling. So things to consider. Any other thoughts?
You got it pretty much nicked, lady.
All right, so what to expect. You can expect that each team will get to play 2 games. Each game is only 5 innings long, so 3 outs per inning, 5 innings. We hope this won't take more than a few hours, so we should be done, we're hoping, by about 1 o'clock. And to, I hope, have a great time playing some softball with friends.
We hope to see you guys there.
We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. And let me know if you
have any questions.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.